All right, let's dive right in. If you've got a flooring project on your mind, you are in exactly the right spot. Picking out the perfect laminate, that's the fun part. But choosing the right way to install it, that's what really makes or breaks the whole project. So today, we're going to break down the 3 main ways to get it done, so you can pick the one that's perfect for you. Flooring contractor James Miller really hits the nail on the head here. A fantastic floor can totally transform a room, but wow, a bad installation can turn that dream project into a nightmare. The stakes are pretty high, but don't you worry, we are going to make this super simple for you.
So, this is the big question, isn't it? You've already done the hard work of picking a style you love, but now for the technical bit. Which installation path is the right one for your skill level, for the room you're working on, and honestly, for your timeline?
And that brings us to our first major fork in the road. See, how you install your floor isn't just some boring technical step. It actually decides the final feel, how durable it is, and even how it sounds when you walk across it. Yeah, if you get this choice wrong, that project you were so excited about can become a real DIY headache. But that's why we're here. We're about to walk through 3 completely different methods, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly which path is going to give you that professional-looking result you're after. Okay, first up, the floating floor. You should think of this one as the undisputed champion of DIY-friendly installation. It's the go-to for so many weekend warriors, and believe me, for very good reason. The real magic here is in what's called a click lock system. The planks literally just snap together, almost like big puzzle pieces. They create one solid surface that isn't actually attached to the floor underneath. It just floats on a thin layer of underlayment, which is great because it lets the floor expand and contract a little as the temperature changes. And the process itself, it's about as straightforward as it gets. You get your subfloor ready, you roll out your underlayment, that gives you some cushion and moisture protection, and then you just start clicking the planks together. The key thing is to leave a small expansion gap around the edges of the room. From there, you just cut pieces to fit and stagger the seams so it looks natural. That's pretty much it. So, what's the catch? Well, here are the trade-offs. On the plus side, it is incredibly easy for a first-timer. You can lay it over most existing floors, and if you ever damage a plank, replacing it is a breeze. The downside? It's not the best for wet areas, like a bathroom, because moisture can get trapped under there. It can also feel a little hollow or springy, and it won't be as quiet as other options. And yeah, that quote really captures it perfectly. That slight give you feel under your feet is something some people don't even notice, but for others, it's a total deal breaker. And that brings us perfectly to our next method. All right, on to method number 2, the glue down. If the floating floor is the easygoing, flexible option, think of this one as the rock-solid, dependable workhorse. This floor is built to last and feels totally permanent. It is exactly what it sounds like. With this method, you're spreading a really powerful adhesive right onto the subfloor and then pressing each plank down into it. This creates this incredibly strong, immovable bond that basically makes your flooring one solid piece with the house itself. Now, the process here is definitely more intense. You prep the subfloor, you carefully spread the adhesive, you press the planks in, and then you have to use a heavy 100-pound floor roller to make sure you get a perfect bond. So the key word here is patience. This floor needs a good 24 to 48 hours to fully cure before you can even walk on it. But here's the payoff for all that extra work. You get an incredibly stable floor that's super quiet and perfect for high-traffic areas. I mean, if you've got kids, pets, a busy kitchen, that solid feel means no clicking, no hollow sounds. The downside, of course, is that it's way more time-consuming, it demands precision, and trying to repair a single plank, that's a huge job. This is definitely not a project for a beginner. And there it is, the complete opposite of the floating floor. With a glue-down installation, there is absolutely zero springiness. The floor feels completely solid, and for a lot of people, that substantial feeling is worth every bit of the extra effort. So what if you want something that's kind of in between easy and indestructible? Well, that brings us to method number 3, what I like to call the smart shortcut. This is where you use laminate that has the underlayment already attached. It's the modern best of both worlds approach. This is such a great innovation, really. The planks come right out of the box with that cushiony, sound-absorbing underlayment already fused to the bottom. This means you get to skip an entire major step in the installation process. The installation here feels a lot like the floating method. You prep the floor, and then you start snapping the planks together. But because you don't have to deal with rolling out a separate underlayment, the whole project just moves so much faster. It's a huge time saver if you're trying to do a quick renovation. So the benefits here are pretty obvious. It's fast, it's easy, and it has good soundproofing built right in. The trade-offs? Well, these planks are typically a bit more expensive, and you do lose the ability to pick a specialized underlayment if you need, say, extra moisture protection. And just like with the glue down, replacing a single plank can be a bit of a challenge. Okay, so we've looked at all three methods. Now for the most important part, actually choosing your path. Let's put these three options head to head so you can see which one is the perfect fit for your specific project. This chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? Take a look at the floating method. 5 stars for how easy it is. Perfect for a living room or bedroom. Now compare that to glue down. 5 stars for durability, but only 2 for ease of installation. That's why it's the top choice for really high traffic or even commercial spaces. And then you've got the pre-attached option, striking a beautiful balance with 4 stars in both ease and durability. It's just ideal for those quick DIY jobs. So let's just boil it down. If you want a straightforward project you can knock out in a weekend, go with a floating floor. If you need a floor that can handle literally anything you throw at it, choose glue down, but just be ready for the extra work. And if you're looking for a fast renovation that still feels high quality and comfortable, that pre-attached underlayment is going to be your sweet spot. And that brings us to the final takeaway here. You now have everything you need to make a really smart decision, and you can tackle this project feeling like you know exactly what you're doing. Just remember those 3 paths. You've got the easy and flexible floater, the permanent and solid glue down, and the fast and convenient pre-attached shortcut. Each one is the right choice. It just depends on the project. Because in the end, installing a floor isn't just about planks and tools, right? It's about building the foundation for your home style and its comfort. And now you have the knowledge to avoid the common pitfalls and create a floor you can be really proud of. So, the only question left is, which foundation will you build on?